Back in April of 1981, I was at an awards banquet for my college, St. Norbert College in De Pere, Wisconsin. Don Schneider was our guest speaker. After the dinner, he came up to me and asked what I was going to be doing with my career. I saw myself working in a glassed office down in Chicago, excitement, energy of the big city. Don had an incredibly strong and powerful voice, and he said, "Well, you should come think about working at Schneider," which I quickly dismissed. I wasn't going to get involved in trucking. And whether through divine intervention or perhaps the wisdom of my father, I accepted the job. From 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night, I worked with a group of leaders, and we managed the business. We didn't have technology. Drivers called in, and we dealt with everything from I can't find my trailer to a severe accident. And during those times, those early days, I learned so very much about trucking. I came to appreciate and frankly love the pace. I love the idea of working with people, the attention to detail that's required to be successful. All of that really connected with me. And so here we are, almost 39 years later, and I don't have a regret. I have loved every minute of being in trucking and being a part of an industry that frankly is critical to the standard of living that we have. I like to think strategically, and I like to drive results. And I know the results only can come when you have a team. That's what's so invigorating around our industry. Nothing is done by an individual. It's all done with the team. I'm the oldest of 5 children. I was born and raised in Wisconsin. I've been blessed with 2 really terrific parents. We were raised in a home with love, had expectations of doing what's right. Mom and Dad instilled in us some pretty foundational elements of being a good person and frankly of being a good leader. Take full accountability. Make sure that you recognize the expectations that people have of you and create expectations for yourself. For the last 35 years, I have been blessed to have a great partner and a great friend. My wife, Chris, and I have gone through a great deal together. She has been my strongest advocate and appropriately at times been a very fair critic. She's always kept me balanced. She frankly has made me a better person. We have 3 terrific children. We love to spend time together as a family. And it largely has come because I think we learned from our parents what was the right thing to do for a family. And so everything we did was cemented in love. I came to Rouen 5 years ago. I really connected with the culture and I connected with the legacy, the history of Rouen. It's a great American story. John selling the family car, buying a truck, hauling the first load of gravel on July 4th, 1932. This is a special place. This year we're going to hit $1 billion in revenue. The milestone is important, but living our values, executing every day, ensuring that we stay focused on what's right, that's really exciting, and I'm really thrilled to be a part of it. We have a very special environment. We're very proud of being in Iowa for 87 years, and while we have locations around the country, our ethics, our behaviors, all are rooted in Iowa. So when we talk about honesty and integrity, those are just core to who we are as a company and who we are as a culture. In my role at Rouen, I tried to live by a set of hopefully simple and understandable principles. I talk early and talk often about being a part of a team, and teams, individuals need to feel included. I push that very, very hard. I think it's important that people find the truth, the data-driven truth, and then quickly act. I believe that you have to have some fun. I think that's critical in any kind of role. I'm a leader that fights complacency. I think that's one of the biggest enemies of success is complacency. Frankly, in my office, there's a big sign that says, "Fight complacency." And in the end, those who work with me know that I often ask, did you make a difference? And I think that's an obligation that each and every one of us have, is to make a difference. And when companies and individuals and organizations have a culture where people are focused on making a difference, great things can happen. When we came from Wisconsin, a place where we thought people were really nice, we came to Iowa and we found, wow, these folks are genuinely nice. And that's the case at Rouen, that's the case at IMTA, that's the case with every one of the members in IMTA. I'm proud to be a part of that, and I'm excited about the opportunities that are ahead for our industry, for Rouen, and for the great state of Iowa. I speak of the obligation and the privilege of leaders to set the example. For me, I'm very excited to be a part of the American Trucking Association chairman's role. It's a unique opportunity for the state of Iowa. It's a unique opportunity for the members of IMTA. And while my obligation as chairman is certainly to represent our industry, there is a fondness, there is a part of my heart that will always be centered on Iowa. And I'm excited to represent Iowa's needs, Iowa's issues in this important role. It's the first time that Iowa will have a chairman at ATA. But this is the kind of leadership that's required for our industry to advance its agenda, to make things happen, to ensure that our voice is heard in DC and everywhere else in the country. For those individuals, those companies that are thinking about joining the IMTA, let me be very clear. The answer is yes. Your needs, your issues, your fight can only be heard and can be won when it's done as part of a team. There's a great deal of work, very good work being done every day on many fronts, legislatively, regulatory, and we have members that are truly committed to making our industry and the state of Iowa the very best it can be. As I look at the challenges our industry faces, I think about the need that we have to invest in our infrastructure, our bridges, our roads. They're in miserable shape. This crumbling infrastructure must be addressed. The impact it has on safety, congestion, vehicle maintenance, it's significant and frankly compelling in our minds to find a solution. I believe that an industry that has such great potential is only limited by the people. And while there's a great deal of focus on truck drivers and focus on technicians, frankly, we're an industry that's dependent on people in every role. I think we have to have workforce development initiatives that truly attract people to this exciting industry. It's very competitive out there. The low unemployment rates, both here in Iowa as well across the country, puts pressure. We as an industry have to have an image that suggests that this is an exciting career opportunity. We have to promote that across the front lines. Certainly in our minds, we need to have fair tort reform. And this is an industry, frankly, that takes full accountability. We want to do what's right and what's fair. We don't need third parties to come in and dictate and take advantage of individuals and situations to have personal gain. That's not what we as an industry believe in, so we need to have common sense approach to tort. I'm thrilled and honored to be the chairman of IMTA. I'm anxious to meet our members. I'm anxious to understand where they're headed. I want to be their very best advocate. I'm looking forward to the great challenge that comes with this. I can promise you that there will be no one that will work harder, more diligently than I am to make the IMTA the very best it can be.